Your kidneys could be paying for hydration that isn't hydrating at all. Everyday choices, giant iced coffees, free refill sodas, and sugary sports drinks quietly drain energy and raise risk. Stay with me for a calm, practical plan that protects kidney function and turns simple sips into real results. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to make you powerful. Let me start with a simple picture. A giant iced coffee on the morning commute, a free refill soda at lunch, a flavored vitamin water in the afternoon, and a craft beer or sweet tea with dinner. It looks like fluid, it tastes like fluid, and yet your kidneys may be quietly asking for something different. Today, I want to show you how small hydration mistakes, especially the ones that pass for healthy habits, can nudge your kidneys to work harder than they need to. I'll keep it simple, practical, and respectful of your time. And yes, I'm promising a bonus at the very end of this series, a tiny, no-supplement technique that makes daily hydration effortless and consistent. Hold me to it. Your kidneys are not just filters, they're intelligent regulators. They balance water, minerals, and blood pressure while clearing the leftovers of metabolism. When hydration is off, too little, too much at once, or the wrong kinds of drinks, the system gets noisy. You might not feel anything for a long while, which is one reason these mistakes fly under the radar. My goal is to make the invisible visible so you can protect your long game: energy, clarity, and kidney resilience. Here's the first trap: hydration theater. That's when we carry a trendy bottle everywhere, but take only tiny sips because we're in back-to-back Zooms or stuck in traffic on I-95. Hours pass, the body runs dry, and then we chug a full bottle in one go when we finally remember. It feels productive, but it's not how the body prefers to receive water. Your kidneys love rhythm more than drama. Second trap: the chug and pray routine after a workout. Maybe you crushed a spin class, mowed the lawn in an Arizona summer, or ran errands across a Minnesota winter in dry indoor air. You realize you barely drank and then slam 20 ounces in one shot. Big gulps can momentarily dilute electrolytes and race through you, sending you to the bathroom without truly rehydrating your tissues. Sips spread across time do more good than heroic floods. Third trap: fluid lookalikes. In a North American routine, it's common to swap plain water for sweet tea, punch, energy drinks, or sports beverages after casual activities. Those can have a place, especially during prolonged, sweaty efforts, but for desk days and short walks, they're often more sugar and sodium than support. Even coffee and unsweetened tea, both of which I enjoy, should complement, not replace, water. A simple pairing habit works wonders. Every caffeinated drink rides with an equal glass of water. Your head stays clear, your kidneys stay happier. Fourth trap: bathroom avoidance. Many of us save water before long staff meetings, road trips, or flights because we don't want to ask for a break or hunt for a restroom. But the body doesn't pause. When you chronically delay drinking or ignoring thirst, your urine concentrates, and that's not the direction we're aiming for. You don't need perfection. You need a gentle, repeatable pattern that respects your schedule and your physiology. So what's the simple, kidney-friendly way to start? Keep it frictionless. Put a glass next to your toothbrush and take a few steady gulps when you wake up. If you love iced coffee, keep the pair rule: coffee in the right hand, water in the left. If you live on refills, switch to water with a slice of lemon between meals. If your afternoons get busy, set a subtle cue, like opening your water app or moving an elastic band down your bottle after every quarter you finish. It's not about hitting an internet number. It's about creating a flow your body trusts. Look at the signals your body already gives you. Aim for urine that trends toward a pale straw color by lunchtime and stays there most of the day. That color tells you the rhythm is working. If you're active, hot, or recovering from a big day, gently increase frequency rather than volume all at once. And remember, watery foods count too. Orange slices at a little league game, a bowl of low-sodium chicken and vegetable soup, crisp cucumbers with dinner. This is how normal days add up to safer weeks. Here's a gentle surprise that sets up everything else we'll cover. Chasing crystal clear urine all day looks like a win on social media, but it isn't the prize. Your body isn't a water tank to fill to the brim. It's a dynamic system that thrives on balance. When everything you drink runs right through you and stays colorless for hours, that can mean you're overdoing it for the moment or not absorbing as well as you think. Balance, not extremes, is the quiet superpower behind kidney-friendly hydration. I'll keep delivering practical steps and honest nuance without hype or fear. This is education designed for real life, busy commutes, backyard barbecues, and school pickups, so you can prevent small mistakes from stacking up into big problems. Take a breath, refill with purpose, and let your kidneys work with you, not against you. And yes, keep me accountable to the promised bonus, a tiny preparation trick at the end that makes staying on track almost automatic, without special powders or pricey gadgets. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It may also bring unintended side effects, so stay with me and keep your mindset curious, not anxious. We've laid the foundation. Hydration isn't a performance, it's a rhythm. Now let's get practical about quantity, the place where good intentions often backfire. Many people in North America chase a fixed number they saw on a bottle, then ignore their body's signals the rest of the day. Others barely sip through back-to-back meetings, then try to catch up by flooding their system at dinner. Both patterns can leave your kidneys working harder than they need to. Think about what the kidneys are juggling. They're balancing water with minerals like sodium and potassium, keeping your blood pressure steady, and clearing the everyday byproducts of metabolism. Too little fluid for too long and your urine concentrates. Darker color, stronger smell, maybe a mild headache or afternoon fog. Too much, too fast, and you dilute electrolytes and send water racing through without truly rehydrating your tissues. The lesson isn't to fear water, it's to respect pacing. Here's a simple way to build that pacing without micromanaging every ounce. Anchor your day with 5 touch points and let hunger, thirst, climate, and activity fine-tune the rest. After waking, mid-morning, with lunch, mid-afternoon, and with dinner. At each point, drink enough to feel genuinely refreshed rather than stuffed. Often a modest glass will do. If you drink coffee, tea, or diet soda, pair each with a glass of water. That one pairing rule can transform a day of dryness into a day of balance without you thinking twice. Your body already gives feedback you can trust. Urine that trends toward pale straw for most of the day usually signals you're in the zone. Apple juice dark means you're due for gentle, consistent sips. Water clear for hours on end can mean you're overdoing it for the moment. You don't need to chase perfection. You're aiming for adaptive balance. Office AC in January, a sticky NYC subway ride in August, a backyard barbecue in Texas, or a trail walk in Colorado altitude. Each asks for slight tweaks. Notice, respond, and keep the rhythm. Workouts deserve their own note. If you're exercising for under an hour at a comfortable intensity, water is typically enough. Take a few sips beforehand, keep small sips during, and continue after until your thirst settles and your urine color returns to that pale straw zone. For longer, sweat-heavy sessions, think summer runs, hot yoga marathons, or long cycling days, consider a balanced electrolyte drink, ideally one that isn't loaded with sugar. The goal is not to drown yourself, it's to replace what you actually lose. If you have medical conditions or take medications, personalize this plan with your clinician. Now let's talk about the quiet ways we sabotage quantity. Many of us avoid drinking because restrooms aren't convenient, on flights, in long staff meetings, or on road trips past endless cornfields. That's understandable, and still, there's a middle path, smaller, more frequent sips that keep you comfortable without forcing urgent trips. Another saboteur is the evening flood. If you wake multiple times a night to urinate, you don't just lose sleep. You also start the next day more tired and more likely to reach for sweet caffeinated drinks. Better to distribute intake earlier and taper after dinner. You'll also see social media bragging about massive daily totals. Bigger isn't automatically better. A smarter approach is to let your context drive your needs. Hot day grilling burgers, performing a long shift on your feet, coaching a little league game, your requirement goes up. Quiet WFH day in a cool house, it goes down. Listen to thirst, watch your urine color, and take weather and clothing into account. That's evidence-guided living, not guesswork. A quick clarification for safety. If you're tempted to hack hydration with salt shots or extreme DIY mixes, step back. Adding extra sodium isn't automatically helpful and can be harmful for some people. You don't need to engineer your water to be effective. Plain, filtered water, plus balanced meals with fruits and vegetables, usually covers the base for everyday life. Save specialized products for specialized needs, and when in doubt, get personalized advice. If you want a tiny habit that just works, try this. Whenever you put on your shoes, take a few sips. Whenever you sit down to start a task, take a few sips. Whenever you hit send on an important email, take a few sips. You're linking hydration to actions you already do 20 times a day. That's how consistency feels natural instead of forced. Here's the part most people find surprising. Your goal isn't to create perfectly clear urine all day, it's to keep your inner environment stable. In practice, that means steady intake, reasonable totals, and attention to context. When you stop chasing extremes and start honoring rhythm, your kidneys have the space to do their quiet, brilliant work. No drama, no guesswork, just reliable health. We'll keep building on this foundation by addressing what you drink, not just how much. Sugary sports drinks after a light walk, constant energy drinks, or sweet tea refills at dinner can nudge you off balance even when your totals look good on paper. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your results, it may also bring unintended side effects. So stay with me and keep your mindset curious, not anxious. Quantity matters, but what's inside the cup can quietly make or break the results you're working for. You can drink all day and still miss the mark if most of those sips come from sugar, heavy stimulants, or salty performance drinks that don't match your actual day. I'm not here to take away everything you enjoy. I'm here to help you drink smarter so your kidneys can do their quiet, brilliant work without unnecessary strain. Start with a simple truth. Not all fluids hydrate the body in the same way. Sweet tea refills at the diner, big logo vitamin waters, energy drinks before a short commute, and sports beverages after a casual stroll can load you with sugar or sodium you didn't plan for. Those choices are common in North American routines, road trips, baseball games, mall walks, and they're understandable. The shift we're making is from autopilot to awareness. Here's a practical lens you can use today, the 3S check: sugar, sodium, stimulants. Sugar. If a bottle delivers double-digit grams of added sugar per serving, and you're not in the middle of a long, sweaty effort, it may steer you away from stable hydration. Sugar pulls water with it, and frequent spikes can lead to more bathroom trips without the sense of true refreshment. For many people, cutting the sweetness in half makes a visible difference. Try the half-and-half method. Pour half juice, half cold water over ice, add a squeeze of lemon or lime for brightness. It tastes satisfying, lands gently, and keeps your next hour steady. Sodium. Electrolytes are essential, but context matters. A desk day in Seattle rain isn't the same as a July soccer tournament in Austin. If a drink packs a salty punch and you're barely sweating, it may not be serving your kidneys. Save those for intense or extended exercise in heat. Otherwise, water with a piece of fruit or a simple homemade iced tea, unsweetened or lightly sweetened, can be more than enough. Stimulants. Coffee and tea can live peacefully in a kidney-friendly plan, and even diet soda can fit for some. The key is pairing. Use a two-hand rule, caffeine in one hand, water in the other. That single habit balances the mild diuretic effect for most people and keeps your head clear. If you enjoy energy drinks, check the label and your timing. Multiple cans stacked with little water is a recipe for feeling wired but oddly flat later in the day. Let's talk health halos. Flavored waters with added vitamins sound purposeful, but many rely on sweeteners, dyes, or a surprising mineral load that you might not need at rest. Kombucha offers a tangy, fun option, yet some bottles carry more sugar than expected. Smoothies can be hydration heroes or heavy desserts in disguise depending on portion and ingredients. None of these are forbidden, they're simply better when you use them intentionally instead of reflexively. Alcohol deserves a calm note. Tailgates, backyard barbecues, or a Friday flight with a mini bottle are part of real life. Alcohol has a diuretic effect for many, so a simple rhythm helps. Alternate each drink with a glass of water and consider a water-rich snack. Orange slices, cucumber sticks, or a small bowl of low-sodium soup before your second round. You protect tomorrow's energy without losing today's enjoyment. Here are small switches that compound. Make sparkling water your default refill. Lime or grapefruit wedges add flavor without the sugar. Brew a pitcher of iced tea at home, black, green, or herbal, and keep it unsweetened. Keep a small honey spoon for a controlled touch rather than a flood of syrup. Freeze fruit into ice cubes. When the cubes melt into water or seltzer, you get subtle sweetness without a label's surprises. Pair every caffeinated drink with a full glass of water. If you've had 3 coffees but only 2 waters, catch the mismatch. Label reading can be simple, not stressful. Scan for added sugars, sodium, and serving size. If a bottle says 2 servings, it often means twice the numbers you're glancing at. For everyday hydration, aim for choices that don't leave your mouth sticky or your heart racing. Your body tends to confirm the good decisions quickly. Steadier energy, less afternoon fog, and urine trending toward pale straw instead of swinging from dark to water clear and back again. If you're training hard, coaching under a hot sun, or working a long shift on your feet, that's a different story. In those moments, strategic electrolytes can be your ally. The target is balance, not excess. A well-formulated drink used on the right day is support. The same drink at a desk for 8 hours is often noise. If you live with a medical condition or use medications, personalize any plan with your clinician so that your choices fit your context. You're not chasing a perfect day, you're stacking better moments. 1 diluted juice instead of a full bottle. 1 unsweetened iced tea at lunch. 1 water between drinks at the ballpark. These are small, repeatable moves that keep your kidneys out of the spotlight and your attention free for the rest of life. The best part is how quickly the benefits show up. A calmer afternoon, fewer cravings for ultra-sweet treats, and less of that parched then flooded cycle that makes evenings uncomfortable. Here's a gentle surprise to carry forward. The drinks that feel most exciting on the tongue aren't always the ones that leave your cells truly refreshed. Gentle, steady, and simple often win. Keep that as your North Star while you explore flavors you enjoy: citrus, mint, cucumber, ginger, and you'll find a groove that sticks without effort. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It may also bring unintended side effects, so stay with me and keep your mindset curious, not anxious. We've dialed in the cup. Now let's look at the plate, because hydration is not only about what you drink, it's also about what your foods ask your body to handle. A very North American pattern: barbecue weekends, deli sandwiches, jerky on road trips, takeout with extra sauce, keto that's high on protein but light on vegetables, can quietly raise the workload on your kidneys when water is an afterthought. My goal isn't to point fingers, it's to show you how to keep enjoying familiar meals while making them friendlier to your body's built-in filters. Think of sodium first, because it's the stealthy passenger in so many foods: bread, breakfast sausages, soups, salad dressings, pickles, soy sauce, hot sauces, even some healthy frozen bowls. Sodium helps fluids travel where they need to go, but when it's high and water is low, your body retains more fluid in the wrong places, and your kidneys work harder to clear the excess. That's one reason your rings feel tight after pizza night, or why you wake up thirsty after a platter of ribs. No shame, just a signal that your plan needs a glass of water and a bit of balance. Now protein. Protein is vital for muscle repair and immune function, and it can absolutely fit into a kidney-conscious life. The challenge shows up when portion sizes climb while plant foods slide off the plate. Very high protein with few vegetables and little water increases the byproducts your kidneys need to clear, and it can change the mineral balance in your urine. The solution isn't to fear protein, it's to pair it wisely and support it with hydration. Here's how to turn common meals into helpers instead of hurdles. Barbecue plate. Keep the brisket or chicken, add a generous portion of coleslaw made with extra shredded cabbage and carrots, and a side of watermelon or orange slices. Drink a glass of water before you dig in and another halfway through. Go light on salty rubs and glaze. Deli day. Choose roasted turkey over heavily processed options. Ask for half the usual cheese and load the sandwich with tomato, lettuce, cucumbers, or sprouts. Swap chips for a small side salad with a lemon olive oil dressing. Add a glass of water, and you've dramatically changed the hydration math. Road trip. Jerky can be fine in small amounts, but pair it with water and something water-rich, like grapes or sliced bell peppers. Keep a cooler with seltzer and citrus wedges so thirsty doesn't automatically mean soda. Smart kitchen moves reduce salt without sacrificing flavor. Rinse canned beans and vegetables under running water. You'll wash away a surprising amount of sodium. Choose low sodium or no salt added versions of broth and tomato products, then season with garlic, onion, herbs, citrus zest, black pepper, and smoked paprika. If you love a salty finishing touch, sprinkle at the table rather than salting during cooking. You'll use less and taste more. These are small shifts that leave your food joyful and your kidneys less burdened. Let's talk supplements briefly. Whey protein, collagen, or creatine can fit well for many active adults when used thoughtfully. The pitfall is stacking them on top of a salty day with too little water and calling it fuel. A more supportive plan looks like this. Take the supplement in a window when you've already had consistent water intake, pair the shake with a water-rich fruit, and keep an eye on caffeine and over-the-counter pain relievers if you're training intensely. The theme is integration, not isolation. Your plate can also help by adding natural buffers. Citrus, leafy greens, and other fruits and vegetables bring potassium, magnesium, and citrate, nutrients that support a balanced internal environment for many people. If you live with a kidney condition or take certain medications, tailor this with your clinician. The goal is the right mix for you, not a one-size-fits-all rule. Here's a pattern I use when life gets busy: 50-25-25. Fill half your plate with water-rich produce: salad, tomatoes, cucumbers, oranges, berries, sautéed zucchini. Then a quarter with protein: chicken, fish, tofu, beans, seasoned more with herbs and acids than salt. The final quarter for smart carbs: rice, potatoes, whole grain pasta, cooked with less salt than you think you need. Keep a water glass visible and take several easy sips before you reach for seconds. You'll feel satisfied without that heavy, parched aftermath. Hidden salts are everywhere, so become label curious. Compare brands for bread, sauces, and frozen meals. The range is huge. Small swaps add up quickly. A salsa with fewer milligrams, a broth with less sodium, a marinade that leans on citrus and fresh herbs. And remember, restaurant portions are generous. Sharing an entree and ordering a side of steamed vegetables can shift your whole evening in a better direction. None of this asks you to be perfect. It asks for awareness and rhythm, the same themes we used for drinks. When your meals carry less unnecessary salt and your protein arrives with plants and water, your kidneys get something they love: predictability. You feel the difference in quieter thirst, steadier energy, and that pale straw urine that tells you the balance is working. Here's a gentle, motivating truth to carry into your week. You don't need a complicated plan or a strict spreadsheet to protect your kidneys. You need a plate that respects your physiology and a glass that's easy to reach. Celebrate each better choice, especially on hectic days when old habits try to take over. You're building a routine that fits rush hour traffic, school nights, and Sunday football without sacrificing your health. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It may also bring unintended side effects. So stay with me and keep your mindset curious, not anxious. We've strengthened the plate so your drinks don't have to fight an uphill battle. Now it's time to look at the clock and the little combos that quietly throw hydration off course. Most people imagine dehydration as a desert scene, but in real life, it's a calendar problem. Long stretches of not quite enough, punctuated by a rush of way too much when you finally remember. Add a workout, a hot day, or a couple of over-the-counter pain pills, and the kidneys inherit a juggling act they never asked for. I'll keep this calm, practical, and focused on actions you can take today, whether you're lifting in a garage gym, coaching a little league game, or jogging past food trucks after work. Start with the rhythm before effort. If the morning begins with coffee and emails, take a few sips of water first. That small head start matters because life gets busy fast. Think of it as priming the system. Then, when effort arrives, mowing the lawn in July, a lunchtime spin class, a brisk walk with your dog in winter air, you're starting from steady rather than behind. The body handles stress better from neutral than from deficit. Here's a surprising combo I see all the time: intense exercise plus heat plus ibuprofen, just in case. Many adults in North America train in the evening after a long, dry day, then take a pain reliever for sore knees or a tight back. If you haven't had steady water and you add heat and an NSAID, you've layered stressors that can temporarily reduce kidney blood flow for some people. The safer play is simple. Give yourself consistent water through the day, warm up properly, and reserve pain relievers for when they're truly needed and you're well hydrated. If you have questions about medication timing, ask your clinician. That personalization matters. Now the alcohol and activity duet. Tailgates, backyard barbecues, a beer after your softball league. These are part of real life. Alcohol has a diuretic effect for many, which pairs poorly with sun and sweat if water isn't nearby. Try the 1-for-1 rhythm, a glass of water between drinks, and a water-rich snack before the second round. Orange slices, cucumbers, or a small bowl of low-sodium soup. You'll wake with more energy and fewer mixed signals from your body. Saunas and hot yoga deserve a quick note. They can feel fantastic, but they amplify fluid losses. Enter with a foundation, sips beforehand, a bottle reachable during, and measured replenishment after. Flooding yourself at the end leads to bathroom trips without the sense of deep rehydration. Steady wins. Travel can be sneaky. To avoid airplane bathrooms, many people save water, then land with a headache and dark urine. A middle path works better. Small sips every hour in the air, water with your coffee on layover, and a water-rich snack instead of a salty one. At altitude, Denver, Calgary, or a mountain cabin, you may need more than you expect. Let your thirst and urine color be your guides. Let's map a friendly timing plan you can start today. No spreadsheets required. About 1 to 2 hours before a planned workout, drink enough to feel refreshed but not sloshy. Often a modest glass does it. Keep small sips handy during activity rather than waiting until you're parched. Afterward, take several steady sips and a piece of fruit, an orange, a banana, or a bowl of berries, to replace fluid and a bit of potassium. If the session is long, sweaty, or heat-heavy, consider a balanced electrolyte drink. If it's under an hour and moderate, water is usually sufficient. This isn't a race to empty a bottle. It's a rhythm to keep your cells happy. Evenings matter. If you front-load your day with dryness and try to fix it after dinner, sleep pays the price. Waking multiple times at night to urinate makes hydration feel like the enemy. The solution is to distribute intake earlier and taper gently after dinner. You'll sleep more deeply and still wake up with urine trending toward pale straw, a sign your rhythm worked. Bathroom avoidance is real. Meetings, long commutes, kids' recitals. Instead of swinging between parched and flooded, carry a smaller bottle and take smaller, more frequent sips. The goal is comfort plus consistency. Over time, this smoother curve lowers the peaks and valleys your kidneys have to manage. Watch the body's dashboard. Dark, strong-smelling urine, a creeping headache, muscle cramps, or a sense of flatness can signal you're behind. On the flip side, perfectly clear urine for hours means you may be overdoing it for the moment. Neither extreme is the aim. The sweet spot is adaptable balance, especially when weather, clothing, and effort change. Here's a compact checklist to keep on your fridge. Wake, sip, breathe. Pair every caffeinated drink with water. Before effort, a modest glass. During, small sips. After, sips plus fruit. Heat, altitude, or sauna. Nudge intake up, not all at once, but over time. Pain relievers only when needed, and never to power through a dehydrated day. Evenings. Distribute earlier, taper later. Urine color. Aim for pale straw most of the day. What you'll likely notice within a week is less afternoon fog, fewer cravings for ultra-sweet drinks, steadier energy, and calmer sleep. The kidneys prefer predictability, and you'll feel that steadiness in how your day flows. It's not flashy, but it's powerful. Carry this gentle insight with you. Discipline isn't about rigid rules, it's about reliable cues. Tie sips to tasks you already do, putting on shoes, starting the car, sitting down at your desk, sending an important email. That's how hydration becomes background music for a better life rather than another item on your to-do list. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It may also bring unintended side effects, so stay with me and keep your mindset curious, not anxious. You've built a smarter rhythm for drinks and meals and learned how timing protects you when life stacks stressors. Now it's time to bring the whole picture into focus, the quiet risk we're trying to avoid, and the simple preparation that turns knowledge into a daily win. This isn't about fear, it's about clarity. When hydration swings between not enough and too much at once, especially alongside high-salt meals, long efforts in heat, alcohol, or frequent use of over-the-counter pain relievers, your kidneys shoulder an invisible burden. Most days, they adapt beautifully. The trouble comes when small mistakes repeat so often that adaptation feels like overwork. The outcome we want to prevent is a slow, silent wear and tear that could affect how efficiently your kidneys regulate fluids, minerals, and blood pressure over time. The solution is wonderfully ordinary, a calm routine you can actually live with. Here's the heart of it. The right way to prepare your hydration is less about math and more about choreography. You will build a repeatable sequence that honors context, weather, effort, food, and uses cues your brain won't ignore. Begin at the bookends of your day. After waking, before reaching for coffee, take a few steady sips of water. That's your green light. In the evening, aim to finish most of your intake before dinner, then taper. You protect sleep while arriving at morning already balanced. Beside your bed, keep a small glass, not a jug. The goal isn't to flood the night, but to make a gentle sip easy if you wake thirsty. Now weave hydration into meals. Pair each meal with a glass of water and a water-rich food. Think orange slices at breakfast, a salad or vegetable soup at lunch, cucumbers or steamed zucchini at dinner. Eating salty or protein-heavy? Place water visibly on the table and take a few sips before the first bite and halfway through. You're not diluting digestive power, you're supporting circulation and comfort. For snacking, swap chips for grapes, berries, or sliced peppers a few times a week. These changes are modest and powerful. Prepare for effort with simplicity. 1 to 2 hours before planned activity. Drink enough to feel refreshed but not full, often a modest glass. During, choose small sips at natural breaks rather than long droughts followed by big gulps. After, take several sips and eat something with potassium and carbohydrates. A banana, an orange, a bowl of berries, or a small baked potato if it fits your meal. For sweat-heavy hours in hot weather, use an electrolyte drink that isn't overloaded with sugar. If you live with medical conditions or take medications, tailor this with your clinician. Personal context matters. Build a label-aware habit without stress. When you buy beverages, scan for added sugars and sodium and note the serving size. If you choose a sweet drink, use the half-and-half method, half drink, half water, plus a squeeze of lemon or lime. If caffeine is part of your day, keep the pair rule alive. Coffee or tea in one hand, water in the other. This single pairing prevents many dry afternoons before they start. Now the bonus I promised from the very beginning, the tiny preparation that makes consistency almost automatic and tastes good without adding extra sugar or salt. The elastic band bottle. Choose a 1-liter bottle. Place 4 elastic bands around it. Each band represents roughly a quarter of the bottle. Whenever you finish a quarter, slide 1 band down. Your aim is to move 3 to 4 bands during the day, depending on your size, climate, and activity. Here's the key: don't race. Spread those quarters across your day, morning, late morning, afternoon, early evening, rather than stacking them at night. This visual tracker turns hydration from a guess into a gentle game you can win without thinking. The kidney-friendly infusion. In a pitcher, combine 1 liter of chilled, filtered water with 2 to 3 thin slices of lemon, a handful of cucumber rounds, and a couple of fresh mint leaves. Let it rest in the refrigerator for 30-60 minutes. There's no added sugar, no salty powders, just subtle flavor that invites you to drink. If citrus isn't your style, try sliced strawberries with basil or orange peel with a small piece of ginger. Make a fresh batch daily so you enjoy the flavor without leaning on preservatives or heavy sweeteners. If you've been advised to limit certain fruits or minerals, adapt the ingredients with your clinician. Travel and social days get their own mini plan. In a carry-on, pack an empty bottle to fill after security. Take small sips each hour in the air and choose water-rich snacks over salty mixes. At barbecues and ball games, alternate alcoholic drinks with water and reach for fruit or a small salad before hitting salty mains. You're not restricting joy. You're protecting tomorrow's energy and today's clarity. A quick word on safety that keeps us responsible. Hydration advice is general by nature. If you have kidney disease, heart concerns, or take medications that affect fluid balance, you need customized guidance from your healthcare team. Consider this routine the scaffolding you'll personalize together. Now step back and notice how ordinary these moves are. A sip on waking, a glass with meals, smaller sips around effort, a taper in the evening, a visual cue on your bottle, and an infusion that makes water more inviting. Ordinary is the point. Ordinary is sustainable. Your kidneys thrive on this kind of predictability, and the rest of your life benefits. Clearer thinking, steadier mood, fewer energy crashes, and a gentler relationship with your body. If this journey helped you rethink hydration, share it with someone who lives on iced coffee and free refill sodas. Hit like so this message reaches more people, and subscribe for calm, evidence-guided health education that respects your intelligence and your time. Your future self will be grateful for the choices you're making today, one glass at a time.